Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be when you thought you weren't enough. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So jumping right in, when you thought you weren't enough, this is what the narcissist wanted you thinking. You see, the narcissist gave you an insurmountable list of things to accomplish, what to be, how to behave, and how to portray yourself. But it would never be enough for the narcissist. You need to understand that the narcissist planted seeds in your mind. They planted seeds of doubt, seeds of curiosity, seeds of wondering, seeds of despair, seeds of not knowing exactly what was going on when you were in that relationship. And when you were wondering why you would never be enough, or why were you ever enough for the narcissist, you need to take a step back and realize that nobody, and I mean nobody, will ever be enough for the narcissist. The narcissist has a bottomless pit within them. They're on a constant quest for supply. They're looking to conquer people, to enter relationships, exit relationships, and leave people a shell of themselves. So once the narcissist gets what they want, they usually don't want it any longer, and they look elsewhere because that person, and it certainly was me, and I'm sure it was you, things become a little commonplace for the narcissist, and that's not what the narcissist wants. They want disruption. They want misdirection. They want people doubting themselves, wondering if they would be enough. Could they do more? Should they do more? Should they try more, etc., or etc.? And this is all by design at the hands of the narcissist. You see, you can't please somebody who is unpleasable. You can't fix somebody who is irreparable. And you can't stay in a relationship with a narcissist. Play those three lines again and again and again. They are so true, more so now than they ever were in the past, because when you were in that relationship without knowing what you know now, meaning knowing about narcissistic abuse and having learned the definitions in the cycle and the glossary and the terms, etc., having not have that wisdom, you were vulnerable, you were a pawn, you were a puppet. You were the indentured servant. You were the person who was doing things for the narcissist, trying to fill the void within them, not within you. As I mentioned a few moments ago, the narcissist has a bottomless pit inside of them, and they know it. And they're always looking to fill that with other people, with other relationships, with other tangible assets, with ghosting people, with getting people trapped in relationships, with stringing people along, with having people wonder, were they enough? Could they have done more? Now, once you wrap your head around who the narcissist is, which is this person you're considering, what they did and what they're capable of, and you realize that all of that baggage, all of the toxicity, all of the manipulation, all of the drama, all of the wondering, all of the doubting, it all stemmed from one place. And that place was a place of callousness, a place of shallowness, a place of being hollow, a place of a person being a bully and a coward. And that, yes, of course, is the narcissist in a nutshell. They usually want to have the loudest voice in the room. When I say the loudest voice, it doesn't mean speak the loudest, although many times they do. What it means is have people listen to them, have people worship them, have people fawn all over them, have people give them chances over and over and over again, and have people doubt themselves. This is why the narcissist uses techniques, manipulating techniques, if you will, such as gaslighting, such as triangulation, such as the smear campaign, such as the silent treatment, such as word salad, etc. This is what the narcissist does because they know which buttons to press with any one individual at any one moment in time when you don't have the wisdom. Now flip it, fast forward, when you have the wisdom or you are acquiring it, and I'm referring to the narcissistic abusive cycle and how to insulate and protect yourself and combat these people. When you have it, then you become small. You become a really, really healed person, and you stay in that cocoon of boundaries. Becoming small, what that means is having a small footprint. It means not oversharing information. It means not telling people things that they don't need to know. It means having boundaries and implementing them and maintaining them. It means saying no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. Play that and play it a few times. When you are out of the relationship and you understand who the narcissist is and what they had done, then you realize all the baggage was on them. But they couldn't take it on because they couldn't introspect, and they couldn't be accountable, and they couldn't take responsibility for their actions or lack thereof or their poor behavior. So what did? They looked for a vehicle, a person to dump it onto or into, and that person was you. You didn't know it back then, but what you were doing was putting out all of the fires the narcissist was starting intentionally. What you were doing was experiencing death by 1,000 paper cuts, slowly, insidiously, day after day, week after week. These things all added up until the weight of that relationship caved in. All that weight was on your shoulders. There wasn't 1 ounce of weight on the shoulders of the narcissist, because they didn't care about you. They didn't care about the new supply, and they don't care about the new supply. They don't care about their own kids, their colleagues, their besties of 25 years. They don't care about anybody other than themselves. And you may say, that's a little rough. Why would you say that? Well, if you've been in a narcissistic relationship, you know what I'm talking about. These people will discard you at your lowest point. They will not check in on you when you have a medical concern. They will disappear when your money disappears. They will smear your name and drive any wedge they can between you and anything that matters to you, which includes with your children, your stepchildren, with your hobbies, your health, your money, your time, your work, your purpose, your neighborhood, and your religious organizations, and anything in between. This is what the narcissist does. So when you were trying to fix them or trying to help them or be there for them, they knew this, and they knew they could lean into you until you wised up, or until they took whatever they wanted from you. And once either of those two things happen, that's usually when the ending of the relationship takes place. The ending of the relationship is unlike anything you've ever experienced before, because this is the relationship you need to heal from. You didn't know it back then, but now you're understanding it. You see, if you were in a stable, loving, reciprocal, two-way relationship, you wouldn't have to heal from it. You wouldn't be on the channel getting the wisdom. You wouldn't have to be questioning yourself, and you wouldn't have to be wondering, did I do enough? Should I have done enough? Could I have done enough? You wouldn't be putting someone else in front of yourself. What you were doing is you were taking all the toxicity and all of the abuse from the narcissist, taking it on your shoulders, carrying that weight from the minute you met them until that relationship ended. And they knew this. You were the indentured servant. You were the pack mule. You were the person who was the walking apology, the unpaid helper, and more. And the narcissist was counting on you doing everything for them without you even once questioning them. If you did question them, then they would look at you and say, what are you talking about? This is what you've always done. You should continue to do it, and be fortunate that you're spending time with me, because there's so many other people that want to be with me. Don't you know that? Take a look at my smartphones. Everybody's talking about me. Everybody wants my time. You're no one special. What's the problem? They will say things like that. Or maybe they'll just give you the silent treatment. Or maybe they would use up that, what you created, which is putting up a boundary. Maybe they would use that to catapult themselves to the new supply for the weekend and reinforce the trauma bond with them, while they're simultaneously punishing you because you thought that you were doing the right thing by standing up and telling them what you thought. You see, no good deed goes unpunished in these relationships. That's why these relationships are not sustainable. That's why they all deteriorate over time. Not one of these relationships improves. And you may say, no, they do improve, Andrew. Well, you may think again, they don't improve. They can't improve. That's why these are the relationships you need to heal from. That's why there's toxicity oozing from the narcissist into the target that they're trying to dump it into. The narcissist wants people doubting themselves. The narcissist wants people believing that they'll never be enough, that they couldn't be enough, etc. The truth of the matter is, the weak one, the shallow one, the person who will never be enough is the narcissist. But they play such a masterful mind game with their targets that they have people believing in what they are actually talking about, which is themselves, which is called projection. The narcissist projects anything they possibly can onto their targets, anything. All of their hopes, their dreams, all of the goals, all of the things that they want to acquire or did acquire or will acquire. They will give you glimpses of as to actually who they are when you're in the relationship. It's just that you didn't have the wisdom back then. You didn't know the signs. You didn't know what to look for. Now you do. So realizing that the narcissist isn't enough, and they know it, and they need people to complete them because they are not whole. Not only are they not whole, meaning W-H-O-L-E, but they will never be whole. They need to steal from other people, and they know this. You are either whole or getting whole. And yes, with the W-H-O-L-E, that means you're either getting your cup full or you're putting yourself back together, or you have done so. You see, the narcissist did so much damage to you that you had to repair yourself. Nobody could do it for you. There was no magic pill that could be consumed, no magic wand that could be waved. You couldn't take a class and get over this. You couldn't watch 1,000 videos and get the answer. You had to dig in deep within yourself, because this relationship has tested you to your core. This is a life-threatening, debilitating, taxing, challenging relationship, and nobody, and I mean nobody, can do the work for you. You need to do it yourself, just like I needed to. That's why each and every day I create a video to pay it forward. But having said that, the narcissist isn't enough, and they know that. That's why they're always looking for the next new shiny object, the next person to make them whole, the next person to complete them. That's why these people get burned out, and that's why once the narcissist sees one thing, that perhaps that person who was you, and it certainly was me, is a human being, that's when the devaluation stage begins right then and there. And that's when the whole love bomb ends, and that's when the euphoric stage ends, and that's when that person is now going to be decimated. They're going to be strung along more and more and more. And that person, again, who was me, and it certainly was you, that's when you're trying to get back to the love bomb stage, but you didn't know how the cycle worked back then. You didn't know you were in a cycle. You didn't know that you could repair the narcissist. You didn't know you couldn't put them back together. I mean, you didn't know you couldn't repair them. See, the narcissist knows there's a hole within them, a huge, vast wasteland. It's within their mind, it's within their soul, it's within their spirit, it's within the middle of them. It's their energy. They're always looking for something to keep them occupied, which is why the narcissist can't sit still. It's why every relationship does have an expiration date. It's why they're loyal to nobody. It's why they don't care about anybody. It's why they're always on the go. It's why they will always discard people once somebody in their eyes that they deem better pops up or appears. But remember this, the narcissist doesn't just discard people and end the relationship. They pick strategically times to do it when you are at your lowest or your most vulnerable point in life. Why do you think they would do that? It's not because they cared about you. They did it like that because they wanted to inflict the most damage, the maximum amount of damage to you. No, I'm not trying to upset you. No, I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm letting you know cold, hard truths, which is how the narcissist behaves. They look for people who are vulnerable to enter the relationships. They look for people when they're vulnerable to destroy their lives and end the relationship. And everything in between, it's nothing but death by 1,000 paper cuts. So when you finally realize the narcissist is the one with the bottomless pit, and that you are more than enough for anybody who is not a toxic person, specifically a narcissist, that's when you realize, wow, I really do have everything going for me. Do I wish I went through the relationship? No. Did I do it? Did I go through it? Yes. Am I healing? Yes. Have I healed? That's up to you to decide. But you understand now that the path is to go no contact, to block this person or these people, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them, if not now, when? You see, you are more than enough. You need to realize that. You need to remember it. You need to acknowledge it. And you need to play it over and over and over again. The narcissist wanted you doubting yourself, and they did a fantastic job at that. They probably took away your self-esteem, your confidence, your mindset, your clarity, and so much more. You need to remember where that came from. That came from a place of disdain. It came from a place of jealousy. It came from a place of envy, and it came from a place of darkness. And all those places are where the narcissist thrives, in the low vibrational quagmire state where they exist. And they try to capture you and keep you stuck down in that low vibrational state with them. And they accomplish that for a period of time until they couldn't any longer. And that is when you figured it out. That's when you cracked the code and you found that needle in a haystack and you began to heal and put yourself back together. Then you realized one day, wait a minute, I'm more than enough. I don't know many people like me. I don't know many people that have the level of empathy that I have. I don't know many people that went through the narcissistic abusive cycle and have healed or who are healing. I am changing, I'm evolving, I'm ascending, I'm growing, I'm elevating. The narcissist is stuck in that low vibrational state. There's nothing but abundance for me once I batten down the hatches and close the doors and seal airtight all the avenues of communication that the narcissist had, past tense, had with me. That's when everything begins to return to me. My clarity, my purpose, my direction, my calling, my energy, my health, my finances. I can rebuild relationships that weren't completely devastated or destroyed as long as those people are not in communication with the narcissist. Other people have weeded themselves out, all the people that consume the Kool-Aid of the smear campaign. I now know who is who, and I now know that I don't need to communicate with anybody I don't want to. I now have boundaries, etc. And now I realize that I am the whole person. I'm the person that somebody should be fortunate enough to spend any time with me. But no, you're not the narcissist, neither am I. It's that you had to lose yourself to find yourself. I've said that for years in videos. You didn't know who you were. The narcissist knew exactly who you were from the minute they met you until you healed. That's when you're unrecognizable. That's when they say to themselves and they scratch their aging narcissist face and they say, wait a minute, how did this person do this? How did they break the trauma bond? How did they heal? How did they go no contact? How did they maintain that? I don't get this. This is unfathomable. I need to check into a motel, a flea bag motel, blare up the old box screen TV, play as much loud music as I possibly can, and wrap my head around how someone beat me, how I lost, how somebody broke the bond. I must be losing my touch. I must not be as good as I used to be. Guess what, aging narcissist? You're not. You're losing it, and you know it. And play that part of the video a few times. Now, having said all those things, when you realize that you have everything within you, I am talking everything that you could ever want, but what you were doing, as was I, was you were looking externally for something to complete you, or something to fulfill you, or something to complete the yin to your yang, whatever it was. When you realize that, because that's what you were doing, you realize that whatever you wanted, it's always been within you, but you didn't know that. And the narcissist knew that. That's why they try to steal it from you and capture you and take your beautiful, bright, shining light and try to extinguish it. This is what they try to do with virtually everybody they meet on different levels. But with you, they couldn't do it because you're here and you're getting your cup full and you realize that you're more than enough. And that, so when you were doubting yourself post-relationship, or even when you were in it, you'd be questioning yourself, wow, am I doing enough? Like, is it really my fault? Am I making all these mistakes? Am I good enough? I don't get it. Well, you're more than good enough. The narcissist wanted you believing that you weren't good enough, which is what they're doing right now with the new supply. And it's what they'll always be doing as long as they're gallivanting the globe, destroying people's lives. You are the generational curse breaker. You're the person that cracked the code. You're the person that is more than enough. And you need to wrap your head around that and understand it and believe it the way I believe it. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved, and I mean loved, doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. And I will tell you, I've created videos for over 4.5 years almost. And I've been to many beautiful locations. Many, many. This one could be at the top of the list. Not saying it's number one, but it could be. It's way up there. Because this stream is so peaceful. It is so pleasant. It is just nature at its finest. It is calming, soothing. And this is abundance right here. So no matter where you are on the journey, no matter where you are in life, no matter where you are on the planet, remember, you are not alone. No matter where you are, what your mindset is, what you're thinking, you will get through this just like I did and just like I do every single day. You need to focus on what you can control, which is control what you can control. You need to stay in your energy zone, energy field. You need to not let energy vampires or toxic people disrupt your energy or manipulate you or create drama or confusion or chaos. And you need to realize, above all for this video, you are more than enough. You've always been more than enough. The narcissist wanted you to believe otherwise. And again, they failed because they are not enough and they know it. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. This stream is absolutely gorgeous. And I hope to get back here maybe tomorrow or in the next few days. But I want to let you know, you talk about abundance and peace, this place is it. And I cannot believe how gorgeous this place really is. So I hope you all are doing well. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Big virtual heart for you. I love you. Bye.